Wouldn't it be great if we never made mistakes in our card making? Well, in this video, I'd like to share with you 5 common mistakes that card makers make and how to avoid them. My name is Kristina Reese. This is Creating with Kristina, and I love helping card makers by sharing tips and by teaching art design in my card making tutorials. So, like I said, today I am going to share with you 5 tips for 5 mistakes and how to avoid these mistakes. And the first one, let me switch this over. The first one is with your heat tool. One of the biggest mistakes we use with this heat tool is by getting it too close to the paper. When we get it too close and hold it there too long, we can burn our paper, okay? We can also burn our fingers, and we don't want that. Another thing you want to keep it away from is like this mat here. This is a cutting mat, a self-healing cutting mat. It does not like heat. It cannot stand heat. So I have to keep this heat tool away from this mat or it will warp, all right? So that is a big mistake that we have, is getting our heat tool too close, okay? Heat tool too close. All right, our second common mistake, and this one isn't as bad as burning your fingers, but it's the embossing buddy. Now, if you don't know what an embossing buddy is, it's when you do heat embossing, which has to go with that heat tool. When you use this Versamark sticky ink, and then you sprinkle it with this embossing powder, if you don't first rub your paper with this embossing buddy, you can get this white paper stuck on, this white powder stuck on parts of the paper where you don't want it to stick. And then when you go to heat it with the heat tool, it's there permanently. So what this does is it puts a thin layer, okay? So that if any of this falls beyond the sticky ink, it will just wipe right off, okay? So we want to use our embossing buddy, all right? The next thing that I found is inky fingers. Oh my goodness. Now I don't have any inky fingers right now. I haven't been making a card. But you know, when you get to making your cards and these fingers get all inky, they can leave fingerprints on the cards you're making, and that's the worst. Sometimes you can cover the fingerprint up or try to erase it with a sanding eraser, but sometimes you just can't. And so inky fingers, you want to keep handy wipes with you on your desk, on your work table. And you also, here's another way that you can protect, and that is when you are doing ink, the ink brush, the ink blending, and you have your paper here and you've got your ink, okay? When you go to fill up this paper with this ink, okay, and you're all up there and you're holding onto the paper down here, that's fine. But if you wanted to get ink down here, now you're running out of room to hold it. So what I suggest is you get a sticky note, and now you can hold it and not worry about getting your fingers where the ink is, okay? So those are 2 great ways to keep your fingers from getting inky. Keep handy wipes with you at all times and use sticky notes to hold your paper when you're doing a all over ink job, okay? All right, now for tip number 4. All right, here we go. This is a big one. Unorganized space. Now, the reason why this is such a big mistake is because there's product you buy and then you never use it because you don't know it's there. You've forgotten about it. Or you can't find it, so you have to go buy another one, okay? So that's just wasting money. And that's a big mistake because we want money to buy more stamps, not to buy duplicates of things we can't find. All right, and then also it will help you save time. I don't know how many times, I mean, I'm pretty organized, but when I'm doing a card demonstration, I may just absentmindedly put something over here and then I put something else and it covers the first thing and then I can't find it. Oh, that's so frustrating. Now, You want to clean off your workspace every time and put everything back where it belongs. You need a place for everything, and you need to put everything in the place. And I love my label maker. Every crafter needs a label maker, okay? And these are real inexpensive, under $20. And you can label drawers, you can label boxes. You can see here that I labeled this box. I don't see if I can put it up to the camera. It says heat embossing. So I know everything in this box is my heat embossing, all my colored powders, everything I need, my buddy, and all that. So great tool to have to keep yourself organized. And the last one, and this is something that can really be frustrating, and that is the wrong ink pad. All right, there are two kinds of ink pads that you need to be aware of. There's Mementos ink and there's StazOn ink. Now, Mementos is water-based and StazOn is solvent-based or alcohol-based. When you color, you want to color with the opposite. So if I want to color with my alcohol blends here, then I need the Mementos water-based ink to stamp my image first. Okay, and then if I want to do watercolor, all right, these are my watercolor pencils and an aqua brush. If I want to do watercolor, then I need an alcohol based, because the alcohol and the water, they don't mix, all right? If you do water with water, it's going to blend together. If you do alcohol and alcohol, it's going to blend together, all right? So you want to do opposites, all right? Those are the 5 mistakes that card makers make. There are just 5 of them that I brought up, but there are many, many more. I would love for you to leave a comment in the comments down below. Some other ideas of how we can prevent making mistakes. So I shared with you today, letting your heat tool get too close to the paper or to your work surface. Don't forget your embossing buddy. That is a big mistake we make. Inky fingers is another mistake. Unorganized spaces, and the wrong ink pads. So those are 5 common mistakes that card makers make. I would love to hear what you have, and just put it down. Now, if you are looking for some more ideas to help you with your card making, I hope that you will subscribe to my newsletter. You can subscribe to this channel, obviously, but my newsletter, I send a newsletter out every week. I also send free card tutorials with those newsletters, so that's another reason. To get to my newsletter, there's a link in the description below, or you could head over to my blog, creatingwithkristina.com, and you can see the sign up box there on my blog. All right. You all, thank you so much for watching this, and I hope that this has been helpful. Can't wait to see your comments, and have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.